Well, hello. You've made it to the Voyage of Empowerment teaser with Cherie Crim. I'm so excited to bring you all here together to talk about the Voyage of Empowerment coming up on November 12th through the 17th. This is going to be your one-stop shop for empowerment for all and all of our differences. You're going to get to meet our special guest here in just a moment, but just a quick reminder about the four-step empowerment process, because you're here, you're going to join us. We're going to come together. We're going to learn about empowerment. We're going to all make changes through these four steps, and how knowing yourself is going to be step one. So how you access and drive change for others is so important. So make sure that you connect with the empowerment self-assessment and you access that to really get to know yourself and navigate empowerment for your journey. I'll tell you, this journey can't be done without people, and knowing others is going to be step two. And that's where you'll learn about the differences. You're going to learn about amazing things like our special guest is going to share. And this is a great way to build relationships with other people on this planet. So I can't wait for you to do that and start learning about the differences that we hold as humans, because it's these differences that really matter. Every single difference lives on an axis of either privilege or disprivilege. And so we're going to talk about that and how it connects to empowerment all together at this conference. So make sure that you access my differences assessment right here on this website here. And you can go there and navigate. You can click the assessment tab right on my website if you're just happen to be navigating there. That will take you into leveraging your differences to impact change. And you're going to develop a strategy together where we'll build relationships and we'll prioritize actions that you can do to make impacts faster for all of our differences. And then, of course, we will take action together through the 10 empowering actions. And the 10 actions all connect empowerment with the action to drive a lasting impact and measurable impact for all people involved. Each of these 10 actions, you're going to build your own prioritization list for them and understand how you can make an impact for others. Speaking of making an impact for others, one of my great friends, Cherie Crim, is here, and it's time to bring her in. So without further ado, she's here. See, I'm not kidding. How are you?
I am so excited to be here. Thank you so much. I mean, this voyage of empowerment is going to be something that I don't know if any of us have actually done it this way. And this is going to be something that is going to change our lives. And changing lives is what we do, right? I mean, that's exactly how we do things. So I do want to give a little backdrop understanding here, because I came here for a reason. So as you guys can see behind me, this wall, I am sitting in the first LGBTQ center in Bay County, Florida, which we are the only safe space in the entire panhandle of Florida for LGBTQ youth. And I think everybody knows what's going on in Florida, so I don't need to go through all of that with you. But being part of this wall behind me, these were the original children that had actually come to our center. And this wall made it through Hurricane Michael. And it stayed here. It was the proof showing that when we empower people to do the right thing in our area, that we're going to be here forever, right? We're going to be here to help empower our youth to own their lives. So it's just something I wanted to give you guys the background on that. My company is called Be Kind to All, because
Cherie,
yes.
I'm gonna step away, okay? Because I want everyone to know about Be Kind for All, okay?
Okay. Awesome. So Be Kind to All came out of me working in corporate America for many, many, many years, 15 in telecommunications. And during that time, I was able to develop some of the most amazing teams on the planet. And I didn't realize how I was doing it at first. And I started documenting it all. And it came out to be called the business case for kindness. And I know you got the picture right there, but I have my tabbed book always with me. But the business case for kindness is about leading empowerment for both yourself and within your organization to be the best that you possibly can be. And within the book, there's a section, and everything in the book is based on this. It's the KRT model. And I'm going to say KRT, and it's going to explain some things here. Kindness, respect, and trust. You guys will see it's just like the hierarchy of needs, right? We have to start at the bottom with kindness so that we can move to the level of respect, and then we can get up to trust. I always say without kindness and respect, you're never going to get to the trust that you need within yourself, within your organization, to be able to accomplish the goals that you have set forth. And the KRT model is just so in depth with how to lead, what we can do. I did research for I don't even know how many years at this point to get here. But with the KRT model, we're going to be becoming an empowered leader using that. We empower ourselves. We're going to be empowering others, but we're also going to be inspiring others, which is part of all of this, right? Inspiring, inclusion, mentoring. Using the KRT model, you will be able to dig into things that maybe you hadn't thought about before as being something that would help create the great team or help yourself. So during the conference, we're going to learn about the KRT model. We're going to learn how to be an empowered leader by using this model, as well as doing some interactive exercises, because I believe in role playing, and I believe that doing this will help us grow and be better. So thinking about kindness as leading with that's something we don't seem to see a lot of, but there is a lot of kindness out there. And kindness is our path forward, as we are all aware. Inclusion, diversity, equity, all of these things are the path forward that we are moving to. So I'm super excited to be here. You guys will see, I know there's all kinds of little pop-ups at the bottom, but you guys can go to my website. I do have the book on there, but I also have lots of other things. My company, Be Kind to All, I have a KRT boot camp, which is a fun thing as well to dig into this. So, kindness and leading with it is what's going to change our world to be what we all want it to be. And I know this group of people who are coming on this is something that, this is a once in a lifetime experience. And I just I'm so excited to be here. So how in the world do we get to go on the voyage of empowerment? And how do we get to go and learn these things?
Oh my goodness. I thought you would never ask that question. Well, let's see. You need to make a reservation.
Yes.
They're slowly evaporating.
Which is good news, right? We're gonna have a full house.
Yeah, I want to say there's about 15 spots left.
That's so awesome.
I don't know what you're waiting for, but now's the time to go ahead and make that reservation. There's a lot of benefits to attending this conference. Yes. I don't know if you all have seen, but there's a huge list of attending benefits. It's probably very hard to see them. So I'm going to make them bigger. Here we go. Let's make them bigger so everyone can see the attendee benefits. You can't have an inclusive conference without it being a one-stop, all-inclusive package. So we will have everything together all in one. It's a one-stop shop. So your conference registration includes the 5 nights in a balcony room or better for the conference. So you'll have a balcony. You'll be able to have the fresh breath of air that's needed in this world. Of course, like with any other conference, not every conference do they feed you every single meal of every single day and every single hour and every single second, right? All the time. So I think that might be an added bonus, but we'll also be able to provide you with the beverage package, whether that be the alcoholic variety or the non-alcoholic variety. And we're also going to give you access to the internet package, because access to resources like internet is so important, so you can stay connected to the rest of the world and share what you're going through and how you're learning about empowerment. And then, as you see, there's a huge list. We'd be just talking about the benefits for the entire time together if we did that. But you can get all of this, and it's $2,000 to come on the conference. That's the price point, and for that price point, you get the 5 nights. Like, it's going to be an amazing time. But I'm also going to give you my empowerment bundle, so you get access to my book, You get access to my online leadership course that I charge $300 for. So that's part of that. And I know you're going to have access to these amazing speakers, including my good pal, Cherie. I'm so excited that you're coming. And if you're on the fence about coming, I have reinstated my VOE 200 off coupon. So you can use this coupon in your booking link. And I'll tell you, the definitely want to take advantage of that today before we sell out of those spots. They will go at some point very soon. So I'm so excited to have you on this journey together with me. This is going to be amazing. What is your biggest thing that you're looking forward to?
You know, honestly, I have never been on a cruise before. So I know, I mean, I'm like all on this. I'm like, I get to finally go on a cruise. So it was interesting. I was on a boat out. We have an awesome area. I live in Panama City Beach. So we have lots of water here. And I was out in a boat and I'm like, I have no problem being on a boat. I was kind of worried about the motion sickness. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to have no issue. I could lay on a boat all day long and never have an issue. So, but I'm really excited. And, you know, knowing the extras and some of the excursion, we're going to take an excursion, aren't we? Like,
we are, yeah. We're going to deliver treasured, empowered resources to a school in Cozumel, Mexico.
I mean, think about that. Like, we're not just empowering ourselves and learning ourselves. We're helping people where we're going on this trip. I mean, what other Voyage of Empowerment does that? I mean, I don't know any other cruise line that does that either.
Yeah. I mean, I think that it's, you know, you go to a lot of leadership conferences. I know I do as well. And it's interesting how the dynamic of being outside your normal realm and the kind of impact that can have when you change your surroundings. I think that's probably the biggest thing I'm most looking forward to is seeing that aha moment for people that say, wow, this is, you know, outside my normal realm and I'm going to be able to soak in so much.
Exactly. And it will empower them to maybe want to go back and do different things in their own community too, right? Because we all know working in our community is what helps move us forward as well, right? Empowering more people to be able to step up into their own power, right? You know, we're giving, it's one of those things that builds on each other, right? You know, once we get empowered, then we're able to empower others. And that is the coolest.
Yeah, and exactly. It's almost interesting. It's like working out, right? Like you don't start, right? Like you don't just go show up and run a marathon, right? You have to work on. Wait, I have an analogy for this. Let me show you. Together we can work out all the empowerment we need. So sign up for the Voyage of Empowerment. So I don't know. I just felt like that was the right kind of moment to share that clip.
Absolutely, because that's true. Because, you know, and you doing that, you know, exercising our mindfulness, our bodies, all of this is part of empowerment, right?
It
is.
It links to the authority portion of empowerment, where we build skills for our lives.
Yes.
You know, it's interesting. One of the big things that I've noticed, especially, you know, with a lot of the politics stuff that's been happening, so this, you know, sometimes it makes people feel uncomfortable, things that are happening on both sides of the aisle. But there's this glass ceiling that exists.
Yes.
And we're like chipping away at it a little bit. And the chipping of it is exactly about the authority bucket for empowerment. It's our ability to exist in this world and share our experiences and make change happen is all about the authority skill building section of empowerment. So empowerment is authority, but it's also power. Can you talk about a little bit about the power portion and the measured impact and the numbers as it relates to the business case for kindness? Because I love that about your platform.
Absolutely. Because, you know, kindness, it's interesting, right? I work with a lot of small businesses where I live. the interesting part is the more kind you are to your employees, and kindness isn't just being nice, right? Like it goes into detail, right? It's a lot of things that go into this. But when you treat your employees with kindness, you pay them a decent wage, you don't treat them like they're second class citizens, you don't micromanage them, right? We all don't, nobody likes being micromanaged, but you start building it. When you have happy employees, what happens? Your customers are happy, right? And what does happy customers do? They buy more. Like the whole cycle of the business case for kindness, you treat your employees well, they treat your customers well, and you make more money. It's really not that difficult, but yet I live in an area where they think paying more than $10 an hour is a problem. And so we have a lot of people who have to work 2 jobs here because they can't afford, the state of Florida is super expensive to live in. And especially if you've gone through a hurricane, because your inventory goes out the window of your available housing. And so, watching these companies build, the ones that are leading with kindness are winning. They're not having a problem hiring employees, retaining employees, or even getting customers. It's the ones that yell and scream and don't do the kind thing that are really struggling. And it makes me sad because they don't want to make that change. And, we just got to keep showing them the better way.
Yeah. It's interesting how the better way, right? And so I think the metric wise, right, is the HR driven metrics, right? What is your turnover percentage, right? How much does it cost you to replace that person? To me, those are the power numbers in that empowerment program. So what are you most looking forward to on the cruise ship?
On the cruise ship, I heard that they might have water rides. Is there something like a slide or something that
Totally a slide. Wait, hold on. I feel like that I have a background image of that. There we go. There's a slide.
I am looking forward to doing that. I love the water. This is why I live here, but I love anything around it. So I'm super excited. Like I want to do things that I haven't done. Like I haven't been on a cruise. I haven't done a water slide like that. But, it's going to be something like, I think all of us are going to test. And I know you said authority, boundaries, right? Like, what is this limitation or this boundary I've put in front of myself that maybe doesn't need to be there? Right. And those are the things like I am super excited. Like, we're in this business. We deal with this a lot, but you don't know what boundaries you have until all of a sudden you hit it and you're like, oh, I need to do that now. This is my empowerment. And I'm just so excited to learn from the other people that are going to be there as well, because all of us have a different life experience, and bringing that in is the key, and being able to tell our stories and being able to do these things. It's all going to empower all of us to be better. And who knows who's going to want to come back and speak at your next one, right? It might be somebody who comes on this voyage of empowerment. They may want to come back and be like, hey, Ashley, can I do this? I was at the last one. I mean, it's a ripple effect. I'm just so excited.
Yeah. Well, and rising tide lifts all boats. There's major subliminal messages here.
Yes.
There's definitely that one activity around people and like I mentioned, around removing them from their normal day-to-day activities. I think all of those things tend to drive the impacts for people to better understand how they're going to exist in this world. You were hinting at the more authority building, skill building things, are just around kind of removing yourself from the normal day-to-day environment.
Right.
I'm just wondering so the 10 empowering actions.
Exactly.
Which of the 10 empowering actions for you resonates the most?
Inspire, inclusion, mentor. I'm like sitting here, mentoring, it comes back down to that, right? And being able to take what I know to be able to help, right? I mean, it really does. And the inspiring people, every day I want to do that. So, those are the things, and inspire myself, right? We don't think about, and I'm going to bring this back down to the kindness side of things. I wrote a little free book about activating kindness as your superpower. It's on my website as well. But the key is, like, if you're not kind to yourself, how are you ever going to be kind to anybody else, right? How are you ever going to inspire anybody else? So coming back to it, it does come to us, and we have to be our cheerleader. We have to inspire ourselves and include ourselves. And sometimes we even have to mentor ourselves, right? To get up in the morning and go to the gym when we don't want to. I think we all.
Wait, you're talking about working out again?
I know I do. I get up every morning and walk. So it's one of those things. But some mornings you're like, nope, don't want to do it. But you inspire yourself and you mentor yourself. And it just, I'm just, knowing yourself, going through your book. I did this a while ago, the knowing yourself and knowing others and learning those things is just super important. And to take those differences and use them for good, right? Because all of us have those differences, but we've been afraid, I got to say that, to use them, right? We have been.
So one of the things we still have some time left. So we definitely have time for questions. So I know there's a bunch of people watching right now. So if you're watching right now, go to the chat box, leave a chat, let us know you're watching, and tell us what you think. Ask us what questions you have about Cherie's program, her, and also your KRT model. If you have questions about that, if you have questions about the academy, is that what you called it, an academy?
It's a KRT boot camp is what I call it, leadership boot camp. Because I like to throw you into it, because you don't realize how much work you're going to do, because you got to go out and do it. And it's been interesting. I'm on my second one right now, and it just started. And it's something that the feedback that I've been getting is, I hadn't thought of things this way. And again, back to my being scared and being able to step up into these things, it gives you more of that, I don't know, power, your authenticity, that you're willing. Oh my God, I do matter. My story matters. What I'm going through matters. And I can literally be the change in this organization, or I can be the change in my own company.
Yeah. And being the change always starts with you. I love how you said that earlier. Every single person who goes on this journey or doesn't go on the journey, it's still empowerment starts with you. You're the holder of what's empowering. I don't know if you've seen it lately, but there's been a lot of stuff in the news, and a lot of stuff in the news that is disempowering to many people. But also, I've noticed that a lot of organizations and corporations have been placating empowerment. They've used empowerment as kind of like a marketing slick or a tool to recruit top talent. What are your thoughts on that?
You really want? Oh wow, yeah, you definitely. There's not as much empowerment as people think there is with that, because when you start digging into it, it is placating. And I got to tell you how disappointed I am in so many companies for not standing up for people. Whether it's here in the state of Florida, right, with everything that's been going on against LGBTQ, right, like where are you? What are your values? I just don't understand. They would rather play like they have this, but they really aren't, right? They're not really empowering their employees. They're still dictating to them how to handle and what to do, right? They're not empowering them to go out and make the decisions.
Yeah, it's tough. We did get a comment here.
They're excited for the cruise.
Someone from LinkedIn says they're excited for the cruise. That's exciting.
I know. I keep on trying to have you. I'm trying to bring, I had my friend came out of Texas and came to visit me. I wasn't expecting it, and I'm like, you want to go on the cruise with me? I know you do. I can't wait for you to come and do the cruise. So I'm working on it. And, people from all over the United States. Do we have people from other countries coming on the cruise?
We do actually. Yes.
That right there shows everything, right?
Yeah. Well, plus we'll be on the boat with all the other conference and just the general attendees. So there'll be that as well, which should be pretty interesting. So we have another question, or we have a question actually from Deborah Banker Ryan.
Yes.
And Deborah says, "Hi, Cherie and Ashley. Love Cherie and her kindness. Ashley, what is the title of your book again?" Oh,
Empowering Differences.
Yes, Empowering Differences is the title of my book, and just like you have yours, look, I have mine. Here it is. Empowering Differences. This is the 4-step leadership model that you can use to empower others and learn about differences and create a strategy and drive empowerment through the actions. I did actually about 8 years worth of research. I know that amount of time. Yes, 8 years worth of research on this empowerment program, because I wanted to uncover how to drive empowerment faster for all the 10 differences that we have as humans.
Yes.
So if somebody wants to drive empowerment for gender, especially after what happened in June with Roe v. Wade being overturned, this is an opportunity to say, okay, well, which actions should I prioritize to drive impacts for gender? And that will tell you when you read chapter 20 in my book.
The first time I read through the book, and I'm always one to read through things twice, because you always get more when you go back through. But back to the knowing yourself and understanding yourself, like, I really, you think you do till you start really digging into it. And I know you put on there your self-assessment earlier. I would say everybody to go do that, right? Because it will help you so much to be able to know yourself better. And knowing yourself is part of the key of going forward. So your assessment is amazing. And it's something that I would say everybody needs to get in there and go do.
And it doesn't take a huge time investment. I don't know if anyone has seen this, but sometimes you get involved in the assessment, and nothing against computer-driven assessments, but you have to mix it up. You can't just do a computer-driven assessment and think that that's going to be the end result, because empowerment starts and ends with you. So the computer can't tell you where your empowerment lives. You have to figure that out for yourself, aka self-actualization is actually what we're driving and why we're going to be on this ship together.
Exactly. And I think there's daily meditations too, right? To help us.
There is.
With all of that. Because that, when you're knee deep in corporate America and you don't spend a lot of time on yourself. You are spending all your time putting out fires or doing these type of things. But if we step back and truly become the leader that we're meant to be, all of that doesn't seem near as hard, right? Because you're now empowered in yourself, and you have the authority, and that you are going to make this right decision, and you're not second guessing yourself, and you're doing these things. And it's just, all of that's inspiring to other leaders, right? And coming and learning from you. So I'm just so excited to be going and to be on a cruise for the first time ever and doing the water slide and getting off. It's interesting. I was looking at my passport. I was like, I am not a redhead in my passport, by the way. So if anybody wants to see what color hair I used to have, just come and see my passport.
Okay, so I am a redhead. Yes, totally. So there's that. I get that from my most amazing, beautiful mother. And I hope she's watching, because she always loves to watch these. She's going to be coming on the Voyage of Empowerment, so you're going to get to meet her.
Awesome. Well, I haven't talked my mom into it yet, so we're going to see. Again, my mom's never been on a cruise either, so it could be even a crazier time. Two brand new cruise goers there for you. So
yeah, that would be awesome. Oh, and it looks like Valerie, one of your contacts.
Yes.
She said good stuff.
Oh yeah. Valerie actually worked for me. I remember hiring. I was a big for my teams, I believed in making sure that there was equity, right? Like I didn't want all women, all men. It's very important to have inclusivity and bring in different views. And I remember when I hired Valerie, I was just so impressed with her and everything that she was able to bring into that. And, to know that I still know her today, it's one of those things, once you make an impression on somebody and you do lead with kindness, which I have done my entire career. I didn't realize I did till I started doing it, but once you do it, you make an impression on people, and you really do make lasting impressions. And I know that this Voyage of Empowerment is going to do that for so many people, Ashley. And I can't thank you enough for putting all of this together. And I'm so excited to be on this voyage with you.
Yes. So I'll tell people, don't let the sun set on making a reservation.
So do it now.
Empowerment can take you anywhere, and I want you to come on the voyage of empowerment. So you need to make your reservation right now. This is the time to do it, because and don't forget that there's we have a coupon code, so don't forget to use that. Save some money, and you can also submit this to your leadership development program where you work. Your boss can pay for it. If you want, I have a special flyer that I can send you that you can share with them. That's less about the cruise, more about the leadership conference, that you can submit to them for reimbursement. So definitely think about doing that, because that's how we're going to get there.
Absolutely. And it's going to be exciting, November 12th through the 17th.
Yes. So I will see you all there. Thank you, Cherie, for being a part of this. Yes. And I look forward to seeing you there. We're going to have an amazing time.
Absolutely. I'm so excited.